Good morning, Jim here again, contrary fuchsia time, plant of the week. Our plant of the week this week is a herbaceous perennial. I absolutely love this plant. It's called Macleaya cordata, and it is a member of the Papaveraceae family, which is the poppy family. And we have about 45, I think, different genera in that family, and Macleaya is one. And I'm going to tell you about it in a minute. But first, I'm recording this above in Ballybeg Priory. Now, Ballybeg Priory is just outside Buttevant in County Cork. It's a place that I'm very familiar with because I spent many a happy day up here, and I still spend many happy days up here. That's a brief history of the building itself. Founded in 1229. It has the trappings of some kind of modernity here. They obviously started doing work and stopped because that's been there a long time. So I'm going to very briefly, because I want to talk about the Macleaya, very briefly show you what's around here. There's the old dovecote over there. This is remnants of a church. This is remnants of the tower. And again, I'm always fascinated by the stonework in all these places. All done by hand, all done, 1,000 years ago, which is unbelievable when you think about it. Not 1,000 years ago, 800 years ago, whatever it is. So amazing places. And look at how all this stone was all cut, all cut by hand. But Macleaya cordata, as I said, is a member of the poppy family, and it is a native of China, like many of our plants are. And it's a herbaceous perennial that grows really tall, and in weather like this it thrives. A day like today it looks absolutely spectacular because there's the smallest breeze. Just you can see when I had the camera turned the other way, you can just about see the grass moving, and that's a day where you can see Macleaya cordata at its best. The height and spread of Macleaya is somewhere between 60 and 120 centimeters, both height and spread. So it's not a very small plant. In fact, I have a little video where I recorded one in a dare, and that's well over 120 centimeters. It's probably closer to maybe 2.5 meters. So it's quite the plant. Obviously it's ideal, it's dead happy where it is. Like most plants, it's happy in most soil, as long as it's not too heavy, as long as it's not constantly wet. It won't like its feet being damp all the time. And it likes fertile, humus-rich soil. Keep it watered until you establish it. That's the secret to most plants, keeping them watered. When they're established, then nature should look after them. And they will happily settle in and thrive away for themselves. Macleaya cordata in our climate is fully hardy. Our winters won't touch it. Even the most harsh of our winters won't touch Macleaya. They will die down every year, and once they die down, just let them die down. Take away the dead foliage and wait for the new foliage to come up in the springtime, when it'll flower from spring right into summer. Propagating Macleaya is dead easy. Just split it in the autumn. It does self-seed, and it does spread quite easily. So if it seeds and you're careful enough and you catch the seedlings, then you can dig up the seedlings, pot them on, and they'll happily grow away in a pot. And share the love, spread them out amongst people. Just be careful that it is quite big because of the height and the shape of the leaves, and that's where the name comes from. Is the cordata is heart-shaped leaves, because of the shape of the plant and the height of it. It's ideal for the back of a border. You could even put it in and plant shrubs, or have shrubs in front of it, rather than planting it at the back of a herbaceous border. Now, if you're lucky enough to have the space and the time and the energy for a proper herbaceous border, then you'll find no better plant for the back of it than Macleaya cordata. The plant was named after Johann Friedrich Macleay, who was a botanist and a bit of a herbologist or herbalist. And the roots were used in ancient tinctures for various bits and pieces. How good they are, I don't know. But that's the name. And as I said, cordata is heart-shaped, and the leaves are roughly heart-shaped. One of the best things about the Macleaya is that it does attract pollinators. So certainly if you have a few apple trees or fruit trees of any description, having a Macleaya there will do no harm at all, because that will attract the bees, which hopefully will pollinate your fruit trees. And you know, we're all winners, as well as the fact that increasing the number of insects in your garden increases the number of birds, which in turn, and it's the life cycle, isn't it? And you increase one, you help to increase the other, and they balance out eventually. But you get as much wildlife into your garden as possible, and it's just magic to see all that for very little effort, if you can manage to do it in your own garden. Where you will find one of these plants is where I am right now, which is in Adair. There's St. Nicholas's Church in Adair, County Limerick, and it's in the park, Macleaya cordata. And again, look at the leaves, fabulous, look at them, look at the structure of them, look at the plumes of the flowers. And there's very, very little wind here, but you can still see movement in them. So it's a really, really magnificent plant in the right circumstances, and you can see the height of it there. That is easily 2.5 meters in height to the tip of those plumes. So it's a magnificent, magnificent plant. Maybe not suitable for every garden, of course, but you will find, if you have a decent sized border, as this one here does, you'll find room for Macleaya cordata. There you go. That's Macleaya cordata, plant of the week this week. If you're lucky enough, as I said, to have a herbaceous border, then definitely put that in there. It is one of my favourite plants. I love the structure it has. I love the shape of the leaves. I love the plumes of flowers that it has. I love the fact that it encourages wildlife, and it encourages birds and bees to come to your garden, and that's never ever a bad thing at all, Tal. So that's the contrary fuchsia for another week. I'm Jim, and from a very warm Ballybeg outside Buttevant in County Cork, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time on the contrary fuchsia.